Hey guys, Alan Jackson here, the social accountant and founder of My Tax Book. Welcome to today's video on what deductions can I claim. Now we might just start off refreshing from an earlier video. What again is a tax deduction? Now again, the ATO criteria here is 1, it must be spent, and 2, must be in expenses incurred in earning your income. So again, if you can relate your expense to earning your income, well then it'll be a tax deduction. So let's just go into, here we've got the various categories of expenses you can claim, and I suggest this is how you summarize them for your accountant or yourself when you're getting ready. So first group is work-related car expenses. Now we go into more detail under the resources section, as there's 4 methods here to choose from. And the 4 methods are the cents per kilometre method, where we can claim up to 5,000 kilometres as set rate depending on the size of the engine of the car. The second method is the 12% of the original cost of the car. So if you travel more than 5,000 kilometres, you can use this method and you can claim 12% of the purchase price of the car up to a depreciation cost limit. Again, more details in the resource section for this. The third method is you can claim 1/3 of all your actual expenses on your car. And the fourth method is the motor vehicle logbook method, where you can claim a percentage of all operating costs, so fuel, repairs and maintenance, rego, insurance, interest on any loans, depreciation. Now this requires the most record keeping. The most popular method out of these 4 methods is the first one, is the cents per kilometre. You don't need to actually keep any receipts, you just need to keep a diary note or a log of where your kilometres were travelled. And here they're just simple things like you might do some banking, go to a client's premises, pick up stock. Again, look in our resources section, there's a detailed list of what constitutes work-related travel. Moving on to the next group is work-related travel, so any travel expenses outside car expenses. So what's covered under here, just quickly: accommodation expenses, airfares, award transport allowance expenses, bridge tolls, bus fares, car hire, meals for overnight stay, motorcycle expenses, overseas travel expenses, parking fees, public transport fares, road tolls, taxi fares, train fares. So that's just to name a few there under travel expenses. Next is work-related uniform or occupation-specific or protective clothing, laundry and dry cleaning expenses. So under this category you can claim things like obviously aprons, clothing that's specific to your job, so you might be a cook or a chef, corporate uniforms, dry cleaning and dust coats, laundry expenses, non-slip footwear, overalls, protective clothing, protective footwear, gloves and steel cap boots, and other registered uniforms. So here, if you've got uniforms that have a logo on it, it'll generally be claimable, or just check if your uniform is registered. The mere fact that someone asked you that you can need to wear a white shirt and black pants, that's just ordinary clothing, wouldn't be deductible. It has to have something specific or a logo on there. Next category is self-education expenses. Now this is when you undergo secondary education to further improve your skills for your current job. Now it's got to be related to your current job, so you can't be working in a bar and studying accountancy and claim self-education. It's got to be directly related to your current employment. And things covered under here are like your computer costs, course fees, tuition fees, depreciation of equipment above $300, running of your home office, internet expenses, interest paid on equipment purchased, so you might have some flexi rent payments, motor vehicle travel to and from your place of education, stationery and photocopying, student union fees and textbooks, just to name a few. Next section is other work-related expenses. So this is basically anything that doesn't fall into the above categories. And some of the things that will fall into this category are union fees, phone, stationery, internet, computer expenses, conference expenses, home office, phone, overtime meal allowances, any safety equipment, seminars, stationery, subscriptions, sun protection, teaching aids, tools and equipment, Now this is just to name a few. Now below this video we've got an attached PDF document that's got some 150 plus deductions listed. Now a disclaimer here, a couple of them in particular, like fitness expenses and Foxtel, again, just because I've listed here doesn't mean that you can claim Foxtel. You have to be able to show how it was incurred in earning your income. So you may be a teacher, so there might be specific channels that you can claim, and then it'll only be a certain percentage you can claim. And this goes for also deductions that aren't 100% for business. So things like your telephone and internet and other things may be a percentage, so you need to work those out. So this list is just a guide. Again, it just comes back to if you can legitimately relate the expense back to earning your income, you can claim it. Next is depreciation items. Look, anything that tools and equipment, computer equipment, anything that you purchase over $300 will need to be depreciated. We've also in the resource section got a list of depreciation, what is generally depreciable and what rate you depreciate that at. So that's under the resource section. So basically anything over $300 you must depreciate. Under $300 you can claim it outright. Interest and dividend deductions, so expenses in earning your interest and dividends. Gifts and donations, tax fees. They may also include travelling to your accountant, bookkeeping fees. You might have some accounting software. Also here, any interest charged by the ATO on outstanding debts, general interest charge will be also be able to be claimed here. Next category is income protection insurance and sickness and accident insurance. We mentioned this in an earlier video. This is insurance that covers you for when you can't work, and this is deductible. So again, we've got a PDF document attached that'll list most of these things and more that I've just been through. And again, just relate to our resource section to get more details. Under our resource section, under deductions, you'll see these categories, some more PDF documents, and going into a bit more detail. And again, just to finish on, if the deduction can be related to earning your income, or you've got a fair argument, well then it generally will be claimable and you can put that in. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in an up and coming video.